One of the topics is past continuous. So let's compare it with past tense and so you can understand it better how it works to remind it. We use the past continuous to talk about events and temporary states that were in progress around a certain time in the past. Whereas the past simple, we use it to talk about events, states or habits at a certain time in the past. Let's compare the examples. At 3 p.m. last Monday, I was working in the office. Here it emphasizes the progress of the action around the time in the past. So I was working, I was doing this thing, the progress. Now, the other example, at 3 p.m. last Monday, I finished work early and went for a walk. In this case, it emphasizes that the action finished at a certain time in the past. Some time expressions that we can use are when, while, or as. We often use past simple and past continuous together in a sentence with these time expressions. I was reading a book when I suddenly heard a strange noise. While he was writing an email, the phone rang. As I was going home, I saw a small squirrel. As you can see in the first case, I was reading a book. Here we have past continuous, and then the sentence continues by being connected with when, and then I suddenly heard a strange noise. So you can see past tense. Past continuous, the first cause, connected with when, and then past tense. Another topic related to grammar is used to. You have heard it a lot of times, and maybe you remember that we use it for past habits that we used to do in the past, but now we don't do anymore. So let's make it more clear. We use this expression to talk about habits or repeated actions in the past, which we don't do in the present. We also use it to talk about states in the past which are no longer true. Examples: I used to have long hair, but now I have short hair. They used to live in London, but now they live in Germany. Careful. With the negative and the question, it's use and not used. So don't add ed in the negative and question form. Example, did you used to be a teacher? Did she used to study Spanish? She didn't used to like pizza, but she does now. Note, with this used to, there is no verb be. We can't say I'm used to have long hair. No, I used to have long hair. In order to practice the used to and to remind it again, you can do these two activities at home. Brainstorm. You can think for a few minutes about 10 years ago. Like, did things change? And how are things in comparison with the past and now? The other activity is by answering the questions, 10 questions, by using used to. What about past perfect tense? Till now we have heard about present simple, past simple, present continuous, past continuous, present perfect tense, and now past perfect tense. The past perfect is a verb tense which is used to show that an action took place once or many times before another point in the past. Let's see the examples. She had learned Spanish before moving to Madrid. They had studied hard for that exam. We had forgotten about it. The time expressions that we use are usually when, before, after. How is it formed, and how do we form the three forms, like positive, negative, and question form? First, the structure. Had plus past participle. Affirmative form or positive form. I had studied English before moving to London. He had studied English before moving to London. Or she, or we, or they, it doesn't change. So as you can see, all the subjects, I, you, he, she, we, they, take the same verb. Had studied English before moving to London. The negative one, it's the same thing. What we do here is just add not between had and the verb. I hadn't studied English before moving to London. She hadn't studied English before moving to London. Let's see the question form. We put had in the beginning, then the subject, and then the verb. Had I studied English before moving to London? Had you studied English before moving to London? And the answer will be with yes or no. Yes, I had, or no, I hadn't.